I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to yet again another live stream where, of course, we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll take a look at what's going on, what I'm currently doing, what I'm looking for, right? So, yeah, let's jump into it. But before we do, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and of course, I can continue to, of course, bring this content to you. But enough of that. Let's jump into it and take a look at what is going on. So, yeah, I mean, let's start off with what I'm currently or what I have been doing. And now I did actually take yet another little loss today, unfortunately. It's just been, for me, bad luck after bad luck after bad luck, unfortunately. But, you know, that's how the game is sometimes, I guess. You know, it's a game of probabilities, right? And yeah, unfortunately, probabilities over the past 2-3 weeks have not been on my side, unfortunately. But yeah, that's okay. I understand. You know, again, like I've said many times before, this channel has been around for a good 10 months, and yeah, I can confidently say that I have not had a losing month in those 9 months. Okay, and then we finally got this 1 month where it's yeah, not looking all too good for myself. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean it's not looking all too good. I know that you know, I'll get through this period, this tricky period, and I know what it's down to. You know, I know that it's down to us being in price discovery and with just the FOMO in the market, which is kind of taking over, you know, taking over the market, and meaning that the analysis is slightly less respected, unfortunately. But okay, again, I will keep fighting. I will keep pushing back, and I know that I will get through that, because again, you know, it's the reality of trading. It's not like I haven't been here before. Again, I haven't been here in a very, very, very long time. Okay, but yeah, I have been in a period like this before, where it's just very, very difficult. Now, yeah, the trading question was another short trade, shock, but it was looking as though we had some nice weakness up here. Okay, and again, like, this does not necessarily mean, okay, I'm entering into a short trade for the start of the bear market. Like, that's not what I'm looking for here. Okay, that's not what the plan is. Okay, the plan that I walked through this morning with the team was the short trade off of the failed auction. So we actually got a nice failed auction this morning. Lots of long trades, of course, opened up as well on the move towards the upside. So, you know, this is great. This is what we want to see. This was a sign of weakness, right? And on the lower time frames as well, okay, we actually had bearish CVD coming in. We had a PDV as well. I did mention this morning as well that, you know, PDVs, this was in the daily market update, so this was around lunchtime actually, that you have to take these PDVs with a grain of salt. I am anyway at this moment in time, because they just haven't been playing out like they used to. Okay, you know, a good, at least I'd say 5 to 7 months ago, you know, these PDVs were playing out, you know, 80% of the time, but you know, now we're just not seeing them play out as such. So I'm kind of, yeah, I kind of take those with a grain of salt. But yeah, I mean, we saw everything that I wanted to see. This is a trade that I would take on a regular basis. You can scroll up on the Discord, and I'm sure you can find very, very similar trades. Okay, or probably almost identical trades to to this one that I have taken here. But unfortunately, we did see another move up. Well, I say unfortunately, I guess, you can look at it two ways, right? Unfortunately, for the short trade, we saw a move up. But if we're talking in terms of spot portfolio, this was, of course, something that was really nice to see, making a new all-time high at $107,898. Okay, absolutely amazing to see this, of course. And yeah, I guess the question is now, where can we go from here? Now, I just don't think there's any reason for looking for a short trade at this moment in time. The market is just incredibly bullish at this moment in time, and every move down is, of course, a great buying opportunity, a great longing opportunity. And now it's the case of, okay, when are we going to see that next pullback? Right? I'm not sure whether I would be interested in another short trade, even if another short trade, presented itself to us. So it's a case of, right, okay, let's just let price do its thing. Let's just let price have a pullback, because, inevitably we are going to see this pullback, which will, of course, give us a possible long entry as well, right? Again, move up here, pullback. Okay, we want to look to, of course, take advantage of these pullbacks here for a possible long trade. So, of course, looking at the levels, right, I do kind of like this level here at 101,370. So if we were to get a pullback to kind of this area here, this is a level that I'm semi-interested in. Okay, we've got a nice anchored view up from this low down here as well. We've got the confluence there. Then if we're looking in terms of this range here, we do have the value area high up there as well. So it's kind of, okay, we've broken value area high. Let's look for a pullback, retest of support. Okay, a nice bounce off of that. And then that's an easy, in my opinion, an easy move up to all-time high again. Okay, it would be really nice to see if we were getting absorption on that move down as well. That could really help us. But yeah, I think that would be a really nice, easy trade. Okay, and we've had so many long trades planned out recently, like so many long trades planned out, and unfortunately, we have just front run those levels that I've mapped out, those levels of interest. So it's kind of, okay, right, if we do see this pullback, let's hope we actually come down to this area, because a lot of these long trades that I've had planned we haven't even tapped those key levels, unfortunately. And it's it's a shame, because there have been so many just so many long trades that we could have taken, but price has just been so bullish that we haven't been pulling back as far as I would have liked us to. Okay, which is very difficult. So hopefully, if we do get a pullback, we do, of course, see these levels being tapped. Now, there's many levels. Okay, so of course we've got that 101,000, a little bit above 100,000. It's getting really difficult to say these numbers now. $101,370. So yeah, that would be really nice to see. Of course, if we did not respect that support, if we lost that support, we could look for a little bit lower. Okay, maybe we can look for 98,000. Okay, where potentially we could have another VWAP. Maybe this can slowly make its way up a little bit as well. This has been respected really nicely as well from the start of the range. Okay, so yeah, that's another anchored VWAP. We've got GP786. We've got a POC there of the range, and then of course it's a case of, are we seeing the absorption coming into that level as well? And then of course let's see how that is respected, right? And then of course, if you do lose that, okay, if you do not respect that, right, then there's no long trade to be had. We can look for lower prices, and that would kind of be the $92,000 level, where as well we also have a nice VWAP lining up there as well. So for me, I do really like the support that we do have below us, I still think that we are incredibly, incredibly bullish. Even if I do take a short trade here and there, again, it's just a short trade to take advantage of a small pullback to then, of course, look for a long trade, right? That's all a short trade is. And yeah, I mean, if we're going on to the we're just still incredibly, incredibly bullish. This whole move up has just been fueled by absorption, which of course is really, really nice to see. And then, of course, if we do get another pullback here, it is looking fairly likely that we are going to see more absorption on a move down. I would expect more absorption on a move down, in all honesty, just because we've seen it so much recently. But yeah, we'll see. We may not, but we may get it. We may see that. So yeah, of course, lots of support below us. Absorption on the table, on the cards. So yeah, it's a case of, right, let's see, okay, what happens at each of these levels, right? Do we come into these levels? Do we respect these levels? Do we, have what we want to have at these levels? Do we have the absorption there? Do we see the reaction off of the level that we want? Do we have the reaction off of the level that we want, okay, to, of course, enter into that trade? If we do not, okay, then we can look for lower prices. We look to that next support. If we do not have it there, we look to the next support as well. So that's kind of my plan at this moment in time. Again, I think the market is still incredibly, incredibly bullish. No major sign of weakness whatsoever. Last week, I was saying, that I was expecting a new all-time high, okay? This was all the way down here, right? I was expecting a new all-time high, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, unfortunately, I couldn't take advantage of it because we did front run a level that I was interested in taking a long from, but hey-ho, we look towards that next trade. So yeah, I will leave that there. I'll keep it nice, short, straight to the point, because again, I'm not in a trade at this moment in time. So I understand it's a little bit boring, but yeah, we will get there. We will get there. So yeah, have a lovely, lovely evening from myself here in the UK, because it is yeah, the evening. Okay, I've got a little bit of a blocked nose, so sorry. It's a little bit harder for me to talk today. But yeah, have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. I will see you any Visionary members. I will see you for the daily market update tomorrow. And yeah, any non-Visionary members, I will see you hopefully for the live stream tomorrow. So have a lovely rest of your day. See you later.
Take me home.